Go. So, we do נתיבות שלום, ספר ויקרא, פרשת שמיני, וביום השמיני. We had a break from Pesach, the חודש ניסן, the month of Nisim. The topic is expected. המעלה אתכם מארץ מצרים, right? That Hashem is bringing us up from the land of Egypt. That was the main thing, right? For the last weekend or so. כי אני השם, I am God, המעלה אתכם בארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוקים, I am God, I'm bringing you up, or elevating you, or taking you from the land of Egypt to be your God. והייתם קדושים כי קדוש אני, and you should be holy because I'm holy. Holy is separated, is nivdal, it's many type of interpretation to what is holy. It's not only one thing, but let's see what does it mean exactly. And it says in the Gemara, they were medayek, they were like precise. Matam, what's the reason? Sheshina katuv kan leshono leomar, that Hashem like change his language. Ama'ale etchem eretz Yisrael, like bring you up from the land of Egypt. Shelo keshar mekomot, which we said, asher otzeti, that I took you out. What is ama'ale? Bringing you up from the land, and not taking you out from the land of Egypt. And Rashi explains, I am Hashem ama'ale etchem. In order for you to receive my mitzvot, the laws and the rule, I elevated you, I bring you up. We need to explain. מדוע נאמר תנאי זה דווקא כאן בפרשת מחלות אסורות ולא בשאר מצוות? So this verse, of course we had it multiple times in the Torah, but here in this parasha is basically after the forbidden food, מחלות אסורות. So why Hashem here is mentioning again that I'm elevating you or taking you up from the land of Egypt, right after the food that we are forbidden to eat. We can say, to found it about what the Ramban said in the mitzvah of Kedoshim Tiyu, שעניין לקדש עצמך במותר, right? We learn it multiple times, that the big things like to violate Shabbat, to turn on the light, to do things, nobody have this test anymore. That's it. That's like for beginners, right? We are not beginners. So what's our nisyonot? To sanctify ourselves with the permissible things. Like Yaakov, this is Yaakov, kadesh atzmecha b'mutar. So after the Torah wrote all the things that are forbidden on us, the Torah included more things which would be the permissible, but do not be a naval b'rishut Torah, right? It's the classic example about don't be a violator, or don't be a villain with the permission of the Torah. The classic one is the Levi that can go to the farmer and tell, give me my share before he gave it to the Kohen. You're not supposed to do that, but he can do it. And then later on, when the Kohen come, he will have less because whatever the Levi took prior to the Kohen, now the quantity is less, so the Kohen will get less. So first the Kohen need to get his portion, and then the Levi. So you can do it, but don't do that. It's not nice. And this is also the explanation in what the Torah was commanding us at the end of the parasha of the machalot asurot, v'aytem kedoshim. These are the type of food that you're not supposed to eat, you're forbid to eat, and then if you're not going to eat them, it will be kedoshim, you will be holy, which means, and then it's adding, shegam b'mutar yikadesh atzmo. Also in the permissible thing, you should sanctify yourself in. A Jew when a Jew eat, it's have to be in Kedusha, in Tahara, in purity, and in Kedusha. And according to that, the explanation of כי אני השם המעלה אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוקים, which means I'm God that elevating you or bring you up from the land of Egypt to be your God. So because of that, I took you out from Egypt, right? It's talking about the mitzvot, v'aytem kedoshim ki kedosh ani. So we understand the concept of elevating us from the land of Egypt and not taking us out from the land of Egypt, because it's talking about the mitzvot to be kedoshim. And we said that in Yetziat Mitzrayim there were two parts. One part, was the Yetziah Minara, detaching ourselves from the bed, because mitzvah Mitzrayim, Egypt, was the Ervat Haaretz, it was the immorality thing, and we were sinking down in the 49 level of Tuma, in a very low level of impurity. And Hashem took us out. And the second part, that Hashem took us out in order for Him to be our God. Because in Yetziat Mitzrayim, we were taking, or we were chosen to be the chosen nation, cleaving to Hashem. And to get to the second part, to be the chosen nation, we need a preparation, right? Because we are in the 49 level of Tuma. So now we start counting the Omer, and we're going step by step from one level to another until we will get to the 50 level of Gedusha, and then we can receive the Torah. So Hashem took us out. This is first part. Hashem elevating us. This is the second part. And Hashem told Avram, right now we're going back in time, in the covenant between the parts. Yadua teda ki ger yezarecha beretz lo lahem va'avdum ve'inu otam 400 shana, that you should know that your descendants are going to be slave, and they will be tortured and slave in a foreign land for 400 years. And it seems to be like it's a question. What is this exile? The other exile, and we just davened in Musaf, especially of Shalosh Regalim, right? That mipnei chataenu galinu me'artzenu, because of our sin, we exiled from our land. But in the exile of Egypt, there were no sins, right? Actually, the Torah said, Shiv nefesh yardu, kedoshei elyon, they were holy people. It's not a punishment. So what's the thing, what's the main reason for that, right? What's the purpose? He said the purpose of the exile, the Galut Mitzrayim, was to bring us up into a certain level and to purify us, so we will be a vessel and capable to be the chosen nation. But we couldn't be in that level unless if we go through that torturing. This is the boot camp. And this is what Hashem told Abraham. You should know. If you would like, if you would like your sons to be the chosen nation, it's impossible like this. They have to go through a boot camp. They have to be refined. So there will be foreigner, there will be legal alien in a foreign land, and they're going to be enslaved and tortured, etc., for 400 years. And according to that, we can understand that אני המעלה אתכם מארץ מצרים, שיש החלק של יציאת מצרים, היציאה מאסור. Elevating us from the land of Egypt, which this is the part of the redemption of Yetziat Mitzrayim. It's between Yetziah Me'ara, going out from the bed, detaching ourselves from the bed, right? We learn many times the concept, Sur Mera V'aseh Tov. So Aliyah, this elevation that we had when we left Egypt, we became the chosen nation to Hashem. And for that it says, Shel Yotam Nivchar, it's only when we are Kedoshim. Why? Because Hashem is Kadosh. So not only that we should watch ourselves from Dvarim Asurim. For example, if somebody during Shabbos sits in the middle of the room and doing nothing, like he didn't transgress the mitzvot, he didn't turn on the light, he didn't cook and anything, yes. So he didn't do, or he didn't violate, but he didn't really keep Shabbos. He just detached himself from the bed. It's not enough. So here, it's not only to do good, but it's also to detach ourselves, but dvarim hamutarim, from the permissible thing, and then they will fulfill kadesh atzmecha b'mutar lecha. Make yourself holy, sanctify yourself with the permissible thing, and by that they're going to achieve the level ki ani Hashem ha'maleh etchem eretz Mitzrayim. And he says, and this is the only place when the Torah wrote in this lashon, in this language of ha'ma'aleh etchem, that I'm elevating you from the land of Egypt, to teach us about that. And it says in the Avodat Israel, it's a book from Rav HaKadosh, the holy rabbi Magid Mikoznitz, when he said, Vaitem Kedoshim ki kadosh ani, that you should be holy because I'm holy. How a Jew can achieve such kind of a higher level of Gedusha? Like Hashem, Ani Kadosh, you be Kedoshim. It sounds like we're going to be almost in the same level. Only by Mekadesh Atzmo Bechol Yinei Olam Hazeh. So when we sanctified in this world, right? Other religions saying that if you want to be a holy person, you have to detach yourself entirely from the world. And we say, no, on the contrary, you have to live in this world and sanctify yourself with all the tests and everything that you're facing. And this is what he said, מקדש עצמו בכל ענייני העולם הזה, sanctify yourself in all the matters of this world, then he will be able to achieve that higher level of Kedusha. And he explained, and this is what we said, prior to any mitzvah that we do, it's in almost in all the Sidurim, I think also in the Ashkenazi Sidurim, Asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav, right? Before any bracha, not only that we said L'Shem Yechud, that we are unifying ourselves with Hashem, but we said Baruch Atah Hashem Asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav, that sanctifies us with his mitzvot. So Kadshenu, it's like Kiddushin, it's like a marriage. Kadshenu, like Hashem marry us with his mitzvot. Mitzvot, it's also tzevet, it's to connect. So Kadshenu Kiddushin, and our sages says about the Kiddushin, Shu melashon the asar la kuli alma, like the rest of the world is forbid on that woman, only her husband, right? She become permissible only to her husband. Asar, right? Asar lanu et avusot, right? Al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. We hear it every time we go to a wedding. We need to understand the words. So he said, Kegdesh, now it became dedicated only to the husband, umezumenet li. ואי אפשר שתהיה מאוחדת ומזומנת בלי שאסר לה על כל אלה מגסור. The woman cannot be designated or dedicated to her husband unless if he say these words that he forbid the other ones, only him is permissible. This is the Kiddushim. And by doing that will be Kiddushim, like married to Hashem. But basically he said that the matter of this world should be forbid, which means he should not use this world only for his selfish pleasure. When we do Hashem Shamayim, for Hashem, helping others, etc., by doing that, we're achieving a higher level, a special level, that is actually dedicated to him, living to Hashem. Ubesod Avoda, he said in another book, he bring what the Rambam wrote, שדעות האדם, מחשבותיו, השקפותיו, תלויים באכילתו. So the Rambam said that the opinion of a person, his mindset, his thoughts, and his observing, depending on his food, what he eat. If the food that he eat are strictly kosher, and if he's eating b'yeshuv hadat, he's not a freser, he doesn't eat with desires, he doesn't like look to the sides when he eats, he's like focusing only on the food is the main goal, then it's not good. Why? Because he said, the food that we eat, when we digest the food, become part of our blood, right? It's actually giving the strength to the body. And the blood is the root and the foundation for the soul, for the nefesh, ruach, and neshama. So the lower part of the soul, the spirit, and then the soul itself. And therefore, everything is depending on the food. The food is the fuel to the body. If you eat a bad food, the body is not good because it will be influencing the mind, the mindset, the thoughts, everything. And even if somebody is eating kosher food but is eating not normally, again it will impact him. But if he eat in yeshuv hadat, not from desire, to control himself, etc., this is the Rambam. This is what I'm saying. I'm just quoting. He said, in his opinion, his thinking, they will be holy and pure. And if he's not eating properly, it will be influencing his blood, and it will bring him the otu machshavot psulot, like disqualified thinking. In Abal Shem Tov HaKadosh, he said on the pasuk from Tehillim, Re'evim gam tzmeim nafsham bem titatav. This is the mizmor that we say, at least the Sfaradim say, for Pesach. It's talking about the 4 people that needs to thank Hashem, to say a gomel, right? People that were sick and got better, and were in prison and were released. B'ezrat Hashem, all the hostages, everyone will be released soon or escaped soon and return to their home safely. And all the people that crossing the ocean, the sea, right, and going to the desert. So he said in this pasuk, Re'evim gam tzmeim, they were hungry and they were thirsty. Nafshem b'hem titataf, like their soul will be wrapped with that. So he said in this pasuk, in this verse, there is a mighty secret. It seems to be like, what's the reason that Hashem actually, he gave us, he created us with the desire of eating. After all, it's right, it's one of the 3 things that makes the world go round, right? Eating and other things, but eating is one of them, a main thing, right? So why Hashem created us with the desire of eating? He said because each and every Jew have in the world sparks of Gedusha that actually belong to him, whether if it's from different reincarnation or related to his soul or to the family soul, etc. And our job is to elevate them to Gedusha, to collect these sparks and elevate them. And this is what it says, שבני אדם רעבים גם צמאים, בשום שנפשם בהם תתעטף, that the people that are hungry and thirsty because their soul will be wrapped with them, which means inside the food that they eat, it's wrapped by the soul that he needs to fix, right? I know this is a little bit of a Kabbalah, which means that everything that we're facing, everything that we touch, everything that we eat, we're basically fixing souls that we're connecting that from whatever reason. And Amar Admor Baal Bet Avram, Zechuto Agenenu, he used to tell in this parasha a story from the Rav HaKadosh Mikaminka. And he said, שהיה אצלו פעם עני רעב מאוד. Once there was a poor person that was very hungry, and when they served him a big portion of chicken, he grabbed the chicken, he was starving, and he started to eat like a fresser. And the Rav took it from him. And he told him this verse in Yeremiah from the Navi, Arur HaGever, right, curse the man, asher yiftach ba'adam, v'sam basar zo'od, like it's like curse the man that he trusts a person and his flesh like in his arm. And he says, Gever, what is Gever? What is a man? Is a tarnegol, is a chicken. So it's like playing with the word. So he said, in this chicken, there is a soul, a higher soul that you need to elevate. So don't eat it like this. The soul is also trusting us. I know I don't want to scare you, but if chas v'chalila, somebody eats something without a bracha, whether if it's the rishona or achona, then he didn't fix the food correctly. That's the main thing. Not the eating is the main thing. The bracha that we say with the kavana, eating the food is like a mizbeach, right? Today, our table became like the altar, like the mizbeach. So when there was a soul reincarnate, and it can be there for many years, and somebody doesn't do a proper bracha, he didn't fix it correctly. That soul that inside that food that was supposed to be fixed, now is angry at the person. And that's why it's very important to say brachot in kavana, because you don't know what's the impact and what you're influencing. So that's why that poor person, when he was freezing it, the rabbi told me, said, hey, stop. Inside the chicken, there is a neshama that you need to elevate. You like eat it properly. And he said these things are higher than higher, they're secret. But after all, the Holy Torah relates to any Jew, right? Each one to his level. And now he's going back to the Egypt. ובכל דור ודור, each and every generation and generation, חייב האדם לראות את עצמו כאילו יצא מצרים. A person should be seeing himself like as if he left Egypt, which means the two parts that are included that we said. First, we started with Adochi Hashem Elokecha Ma'alcha Meretz Mitzrayim. I am Hashem, your God, that elevate you from the land of Egypt, which was mentioned only once in the Torah, after the parasha of the forbidden food, because usually it says, I am God that otzi otcha, that take you out from Egypt. And we learned here that first we need to detach ourselves from the bad, which is to go out from Egypt. But to elevate us is the second part of the preparation to be the chosen nation. And that means that we need to sanctify is not only to detach ourselves from the bad and not only to do the good, but also to detach ourselves and watch over the permissible thing. And by doing that, we will be holy like Hashem. And it's hinted in the Pasuk, K'ani Hashem ha'ma'aleh. I'm elevating you from the land of Egypt. And this is the preparation. And this is the Omer. And every day we're adding more to the numbers. Ayom Echad, Ayom Sheni, right? We do increment of one, slowly but surely, until we get to the 50 level, which will be the Kabbalat Torah. And Maran Admor Bet Avram, Zechuto Tagen Alenu Amar Pam. So he saw about the verse, V'yitkadashtem v'yitem kedoshim, that you should sanctify yourself and you will be holy. And he said, how you can become, like giving an analogy, how you become a drunk. You drink a glass, and then another one, and then another one, until you get drunk. So how you become holy? Same way. Not drinking, but you do a mitzvah, and another mitzvah, and it's accumulating. You do it from one mitzvah to another, one mitzvah to another, and this is how you become holy. Not in a first jump, but you do it in steps. And this is what the Torah wants to teach us. This is what Hashem wants to teach us. And this is especially this Parashat that comes now in this time, because we are in the 49 of Tuma level, right? When we came out from Egypt. Now we're counting, we're preparing ourselves, we're extracting ourselves from the Tuma, purifying ourselves, sanctifying ourselves with the permissible, until we will be able to receive the Torah. And this is the preparation. And that's why it says, Ani Hashem ama'ale etchem eretz Mitzrayim. I elevate you from the land of Egypt to be the chosen nation. Thank you for listening.